The secret of Genesis that the rich understood and still use today. Have you ever read Genesis through the eyes of a millionaire? Have you ever stopped to think that the richest and most influential people in the world don't just read the Bible as a sacred book, but study it as a spiritual manual for reality creation? If you're here, it's because you're seeking more than motivational quotes. You're seeking the original code, the beginning of everything, where the secrets of manifestation were revealed, verse by verse, word by word. Genesis is not just a story about Adam and Eve, snakes and apples. It's an energetic map, a divine script to co-create wealth, ideas, empires, and realities. And the rich have known this for a long time. Before we continue, subscribe to this channel. Here, we reveal hidden spiritual codes, ancient words with vibrational power, and secrets you weren't taught in church. You're going to understand why Genesis 1:1 is already a portal. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That phrase contains the two realities you must master to prosper: the invisible world, heaven, and the visible world, earth. The wealthy understood this. They know that everything is created first in the invisible, in the mind, in faith, in vibration, then it materializes. And the most powerful part, you can do this too. When God said, "Let there be light," He was issuing a vibrational decree of conscious creation. The rich learned to say, "Let there be," to their ideas, their businesses, their visions. They wake up and decree. They speak with faith, with intention, with clarity. They create like the Creator. And you're going to learn how to do that today. You're about to discover the 5 Genesis codes the wealthy use without anyone noticing. Codes to create wealth out of nothing, to turn chaos into order, to name what doesn't yet exist, to generate fruit, multiply, and rule over reality. What was once just a symbolic story will now be revealed as the oldest spiritual technology on Earth. Take a deep breath. Open your heart and prepare to see Genesis like never before. In the beginning, the code of starting with purpose. Genesis begins with 3 words. In the beginning created. Wealth begins right there. Every prosperous person understands the value of starting with purpose, starting even without guarantees, starting even in the midst of chaos. You don't need to see the end, only start with faith. The rich master the principle of acting with intention. They don't wait for the perfect scenario, they create the scenario. Have you noticed that wealthy people make fast decisions? They understand that decision is seed, and everything begins with a seed. The Bible says the earth was formless and void. That's exactly what many feel in their finances: confusion, emptiness, fear. But the Spirit of God hovered over the waters. That means the creative presence was already over the chaos. The mistake many make is running from the chaos, but those with wisdom walk into chaos with faith and begin to organize, name, and separate light from darkness. This is the first code. The rich enter where no one else wants to. They see value where no one else does. They organize an idea, a talent, a pain, and transform it into a product, a company, an opportunity. And when they say, "Let there be light," they're using the word as an instrument of manifestation. The sound of creation is the key. The wealthy know that everything vibrates, and that the word is sound with spiritual intention. They speak and expect results. They don't doubt. They act like God, not out of arrogance, but because they understand the power of the word. You can use that power too. What area of your life is in darkness? Name it. Say, "Let there be light," with faith. Visualize the transformation. Feel the order replacing the mess. That's the first creation, your inner environment. Your mind must be light, because a dark mind does not manifest wealth. Comment below. Have you ever tried to create something even when everything felt like chaos? Name, separate, multiply, rule. The millionaire's code. After creating light, God names, separates, and establishes cycles. He separates waters from waters, calls day day and night night, sets seasons, and gives order to growth. This isn't myth, it's methodology. The rich have clearly defined names for their goals. They give identity to everything. They name goals, they name ideas, they name projects. Because what has a name has form, and what has form can exist. They also know how to separate what serves from what doesn't. Relationships, habits, distractions. Prosperity requires separation. God separates light from darkness. And you, have you separated the good ideas from the confusing ones? The rich create their reality based on clarity and focus. Then comes the most powerful code: be fruitful and multiply. It's not enough to create. You must multiply. The rich don't think about one sale. They think about scale. They know that everything that grows, grows because it was planted, nurtured, and expanded. You need to start thinking about how to turn 1 into 10, 10 into 100. This is being like the Creator. God creates seeds with the potential to produce thousands more. And you? Are you creating with an abundance vision or with a scarcity mindset? Then God grants dominion, rule over all things. This is the final code, spiritual authority. The rich don't wait for permission. They understand that God has already given them the authority to rule over their reality, and you can too. But you must stop acting like a servant of the system and start acting like a child of the Creator. Everything begins when you believe you can. When you speak, act, plant, and stand firm, even when you don't yet see. Genesis is a manual, a divine plan to build wealth, and it begins now with you.